Well, I've got Jason Jobe on the line with me right now. And as you can see, he's not in his garage at home. He's in a much bigger garage because it fits an aeroplane. How you going, mate?
Yeah, good. Thanks, John. How are you?
Yeah, good. Hey, Jason is one of our missos from Canterbury Gardens Community Church and a lot of other churches who certainly support him as well. But we know Jason and Kim and Sam very, very well indeed. Now, we had a little bit of trouble getting this thing set up. We had issues with lip sync, and then we had issues with an aeroplane going overhead, so we couldn't hear anything. And then his phone was nearly dying as well. So now he's tied his phone onto a ladder. Am I correct in saying that? You taped it onto a ladder there? Beautiful. So we are technically perfect, mate. Hey, Jason has been part of MAF for a long time. So, Jason, why don't you quickly tell us what MAF is? Because there's a number of new people in our church that don't know you and will not have maybe even heard of MAF.
Okay, so MAF stands for Mission Aviation Fellowship, and it's been an organisation around for quite a number of years, about 70 years now, I think, 75 years. And it's a not-for-profit mission organisation. We primarily use aviation to help isolated people in various countries around the world and even in Australia. And at the same time, personally sharing the gospel with the different people that we come across.
Fantastic, mate. So how long have you been in MAF?
10 years now, John.
And where have you been in that time?
We started out going to Arnhem Land in the Northern Territory in 2011, and we did 4 years there, and then we went to Timor, East Timor, or Timor-Leste as they like to call it, in 2015, and we were there for about 4.5 years, coming back to Australia last year.
So tell me, what does an average day look like for you?
Now I'm not out flying, and as I neglected to mention before, in those last two posts in Arnhem Land and Timor, I was a pilot, but now I'm in the hangar and just started a apprenticeship, mature age apprenticeship, doing aircraft maintenance engineer.
Oh wow! Okay. How's it going?
It's going great. Really enjoying it. I joke with a lot of people saying if I knew it was this much fun, I would have quit flying years ago.
Oh really?
Yeah.
There you go, mate. So what do you love about being in MAF?
I love it that we can help people. You can see tangibly the effects that MAF has on people, and from delivering food, aid to people, or getting missionaries around to places that are hard to reach.
You must meet some interesting people along the way.
Yeah, we sure do, and a lot of dignitaries as well.
Okay.
And but what I loved in Timor was the amount of medevac flying that we did, and that was an easy way to see that how we were helping people every day.
Yeah. So tell me, in regards to sharing the gospel, how does that work? Like, do you fly them up there and say, if you don't believe now, we're going to let you off here? Or how does that all work, mate? How's the gospel fit into MAF?
If only it was that simple. In some of the programs, like PNG, they have the Bible Box project where they sell Bibles out the back of the plane. When they go to different strips, they'll pray before each flight, pray for the patients that we fly.
Yeah.
And I remember on one particular flight, I was transferring an expat who drowned, and they brought him back. And I had his mate sitting next to me and asked him if he believed in God. He said, no. I said, well, do you mind if I pray for your friend? And he says, yeah, go ahead. So I prayed out loud over the intercom, just between him and me, for his friend. And his friend made a full recovery.
Wow.
And where he's at now, I don't know. That's between him and God. But, that was a great opportunity to be able to share my faith with him there.
That's wonderful, Jason. What about Kim in all this? Where does she fit into this?
When we're in Timor, she took up a lot of slack that I couldn't pick up when I was doing that role. But she also had her own roles, like as a communications manager and for the program. And as well as being wife and mum, supporting us, I think takes that little bit extra when you're in a different culture.
Yeah.
And then now she's just picked up the comms role again for Arnhem Land while we're in Australia.
And let's face it, she gets you organised, right?
She does.
That's fantastic. Hey, bless you, Jason, and we're continuing to pray for you. And as I said, we're hoping that maybe we can get to the house and sort of add a little bit on the end here so I can see Kim and Samuel a little bit later on. But in the meantime, you better go just over your right shoulder. There is a propeller, and you better make sure that when you do this, it goes. So, Jason, who's this guy walking up behind you here?
This is John Jimenez. He's John, one of my favourite engineers.
Well, no wonder he's got a name called John. So you're keeping these aeroplanes up in the air too, mate?
Oh, definitely.
Good for you. How's he doing in his apprenticeship?
Oh, how he's doing it?
Yeah.
Very well. Thank you.
Yeah, okay, right. Now I get it. You guys stick together. Okay, I'm understanding this thing. Hey, Jason, really, really good to be with you, mate, and bless you as you do the Lord's work up there in amongst the team that you have. And, of course, as I said before, I hope that we're going to be able to catch up with your wife and Sam a little bit later on too, to add a little bit on the end of this video too. Bless you, mate.
Thanks, John, and thanks everyone at CGCC.